All right, good morning. This is the Barber's Buzz here at 1400 KRLN. I'm Brandon. We're here with Aaron Vigil, Amy Lincoln, Jacob Ireland, and our guest today, Hannah Hoffman. So let's just kind of get started. How was you guys' holidays? We haven't been on since before the holidays.
Man, it's been a minute. Good morning, though. Windy out there, isn't it, today?
Windy.
Oh, man. Like, I had to put an extra layer on. I'm cold in here, but it feels nice, though. What about you, Amy? How was your holiday?
It was good.
Literally said nothing about his holiday.
Sorry, I just left field on that question. So it's Barber Buzz, man. No judgment, right?
Anyway, Amy, how was your holiday?
It was good. Low key, which is nice. A little different, but.
What'd Santa bring you?
Huh?
Santa bring you anything nice?
No, I didn't get anything, but that's alright.
Flew right over your house?
Yeah.
On that naughty list?
Yeah. Unfortunately.
Big old bag of coal.
Yeah.
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 Big bag.
Big
Cool.
old bag.
My holiday was a little bit delayed. My sister and I didn't start wrapping our Christmas gifts until like 2 in the afternoon on Christmas Day. So
Do you
we
know
were.
how to rap? Like, you got that perfect, like...
Oh,
bow
I'm a
on
good
top.
rapper.
Are you a good
Yeah.
rapper? Oh,
Yes.
okay.
Yeah.
On the mic or, like, wrapping paper? Like, you know?
I'm a good wrapping paper.
Nice.
I would not trust me rapping on the mic, no. But yeah, other than that, I'm a little bit bummed because I got a lot of money, and I'm pretty sure I threw away that money in my wrapping paper.
We've done that before.
Yep.
Did you guys like look through trash cans?
Oh
and-
yeah, yep. We searched 3 bags of trash, and it's gone. So.
I feel like I found myself crying digging through the trash like, several times.
Yeah, I had a few tears dropped
Where
down
is
for
it?
sure.
we actually, my dad actually made this, like, it's almost like a letter holder that we put all your money in now, because
nice.
Smart.
after very many Christmases going through trash bags, and we're not doing that anymore. So
No,
Not fun.
that's smart. Yeah.
What happened when you were a kid? Like, you got all this money for Christmas, and then now as I'm an adult, I get like a gift card. Like, that's it. No.
because gift cards are
you're an
easy.
adult.
But you know what?
I'm an
Those
adult now.
Visa. Have you had a Visa gift card?
Love them.
The ones that you have to pay for. Though.
Oh, do you have to pay for those?
You have to pay like $4 to buy the Visa gift card, and
Oh, yeah.
then
That
and you
makes
can
no
only
sense.
use them. So I just got one, and you can only use it at a certain store.
What? I used to
Yeah.
love the gas cards as a
Those
kid.
are nice,
You know what
yeah.
I mean? Because when you're a kid and you're a teenager, you have no money for gas anyway. So like,
You
gas
get
cards,
you
love
get
them.
gift cards, Jacob, because everybody knows you and how bad you are with money. So
Terrible.
they want to make sure that you're.
I feel
On
like
the up
If
and
it's
up.
cash money, it's spent. So put it on a gift card.
gift cards are so like you can show you care, but like you really don't.
Have you ever given the gift card just the gift card, not an envelope, just like here you go, Merry Christmas, like wrote a little saying on it?
No,
No.
because I mean, there's
You
got to
don't
be
even,
some
like-
sort of presentation there. You can't just be like, yeah, see what you can do with that. I don't, you know,
Good luck.
there's no
Good
no
luck.
value on it.
Don't spend it all in one place. Like.
I'm actually dreading gift card season at the shop this month because
Oh, yeah.
we sold a lot of gift cards and now we're going to be cashing them all in.
A lot
So
of free
it's-
haircuts.
It's fun
Yeah.
to sell them, but then when
Well,
you got to do that service.
technically they're paid for.
Paid for.
For you guys, man, I haven't sold one.
Yeah.
That's all right.
So big things this weekend: football. Who watched football?
No.
You know what?
I just
Nobody-
saw that
Understand it.
everyone was so excited that the Patriots lost.
Yeah.
I think it was more news that the Patriots lost than the Titans actually won.
Yeah.
So I kind of feel bad for Titans fans and Ryan Tannehill for beating Tom Brady, and you don't see any stories about how great the Titans played. You just see all the stories about how terrible the Patriots
Yeah.
played. Which personally, I'm super excited that I don't have to sit through another Patriots Super Bowl.
Thank
But
God.
my Minnesota family is really excited because the Vikings beat the Saints. So Purple Rain, hopefully we can get in there next week and beat the 49ers, which is going to be a tough one.
But didn't you want to see Drew Brees take one more home?
I did,
I did
until that last second ticked off the clock and the Vikings were victorious, and
Yeah.
now it's all purple, baby.
Yeah,
it's all purple.
It's all good now. It's all good.
Broncos fans and Jets fans like myself, we had such a terrible season. You got to get excited about something. So no Patriots and go Vikings. That's where I'm at. You guys got to start watching football. I was hoping Hannah was going to be my my
Yeah, sorry
sports.
to let you down on that
Yeah.
one.
Yeah.
Plus, I'm a Packers fan, so it probably was not the best.
Well, Packers are still in it.
They are.
And I
Barely.
respect the Packers. I respect Aaron Rodgers, but growing up with half of my family being from Minnesota, we cannot like the
Yeah,
Packers.
yeah,
It's
yeah.
just one of those things.
I suppose.
Discount double check, you know.
Yeah, Mr. Aaron Rodgers, discount double check, right?
Solid quarterback, like I'll give him
Solid veteran.
Yeah, right. Good quarterback on off. Yeah.
Well, let's get into some details. So I just want to introduce Hannah one more time. Hannah is a personal trainer and how am I saying this wrong? Fitness model, right? You're doing some fitness modeling?
Yes.
Awesome. So we brought Hannah on because we're after the new year, and we wanted to kind of get into New Year's resolution type workout, nutrition stuff. So we've got to take a break here soon, so we won't get too into detail. But you just started a new job, correct?
Yes, so I've been working up in Springs at Vasa. So if you guys have any of you guys heard of Vasa?
Yes.
Yes. Okay, so I started up in Vasa. I've been doing some team training up there, so it's mostly like high intensity interval training for a big group of people, and then also doing like one-on-one personal training sessions. But just got a new job up at the high school, kind of waiting on my fingerprints to go through, so fingers crossed there.
Nice.
But I'll be working with the athletic training department up at the high school. So
Did you like leave your fingerprints at a murder scene or something?
no, it's really hard to get your fingerprints in Canyon City. Like you have to set
okay.
a date, and the soonest they could get me in was January 8th. So
Yeah, they're pretty busy fingerprinting people over there. So.
I guess, yeah. Welcome to Canyon. Yeah. So I'm waiting on.
Hey, I'm a concealed carry license holder, so.
Yeah, so all of us are concealed carry, so we've got all of our fingerprints on
the
file.
fingerprints, yeah.
Six barbershop and
Yeah.
Well, luckily they do it like super easy now. So you just go in, and then the next day they have the fingerprints. So you don't have to wait like 2 weeks to a month to have them.
You don't have to get fingerprint ink all over your jeans.
I think I still have to do that, but.
Awesome. Well, we're going to take a break here. We'll be right back with the Barber Buzz and Hannah Hoffman. All right, we're back. The Barber's Buzz, 1400 KRLN. Let's talk New Year's resolutions. Let's start with Aaron. What's yours this year?
It's the same as always, man. Try and lose weight, and then, fall off track probably like on the 3rd or the 4th of January.
Date off as soon
You know.
as you can, right?
It's already the 6th, so are you done?
No, I was
How far
it's
did we
like
make it?
I don't know, man. I've been trying to like eat better. I've been doing pretty good. Last night, I made like a pretty healthy Mexican dish, and then like last minute, I decided to go to the city market and get hot Cheetos and like dump hot Cheetos all over it, and just kind of spicing it up a little bit. So I think I'm off. I think that was it. That was the pin that pulled.
Hey, good for you
I'm off
though.
the
6
wagon.
days in. That's 2 times
It's a
better than
personal
last
record.
year.
Yeah,
right?
absolutely.
Jacob, you?
Oh, well, we're gonna start. Okay, well, I mean, I'm trying to lose the dirty 30. That's my goal. Like I got 10, 20, 30. You know what I mean? That's kind of my goal. Like, when I started going to the shop, like I'm lean, mean, sexy machine. But now, man, I'm just like I got the dad bod at the barber shop. So
This barber life's tougher than you thought.
it's a little tougher than I thought.
lot of-
Being an adult's a little tougher than I thought. But
Well, I mean,
Sucks, huh?
yeah, it's not too much fun.
people don't realize, we're on our feet for 13, 15 hours
Yeah.
a day, and then when you get home, the last thing you want to do is go to the gym. You
The
want
last
to
thing you want to do
just
is
wanna
barbecue.
chill.
Yeah, bro, just kind of chill, kick off the feet, and
have
watch
a drink.
TV.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
And it's unfortunate, but sometimes that behavior, it's not very beneficial for the body.
No, try
Amy?
to keep it off.
Resolution?
Don't chop her hair off.
Yeah, don't chop my hair off. No. I think just being more healthy. Like I've lost 60 pounds so far, so I kind of want to like continue that. I don't know, just make time for myself. I'm so busy. And
It's a good resolution.
Yeah. That's kind of where I'm at.
Self-care.
Self-care is
Yeah.
important. Hannah, do you have one or?
You know what? I actually did, but I started it in December, so I didn't
cool.
wait for the new year. And it was to switch out energy drinks for tea, which I am drinking right now. And I hate tea. It's disgusting to me, but it works. So it's got caffeine in it.
It's leaf juice.
Yeah.
It is, yeah.
I switched off energy drinks to with Sparks. Have you heard of Sparks?
I've
It's like
not.
a powder, energy B12 powder, and I actually gained 15 pounds. So I went right back to energy drinks as fast
Oh
as
my
I could because I
gosh.
was like, why is my face so fat? Like it was terrible.
Big.
Yeah, do you have a specific spot where when you gain weight, it just like goes straight to your
Yeah,
face?
the first
or?
place that it hits me is right in my face.
Same. Yep.
So
I hear you there.
it's everywhere else comes in slower, and then even when I lose weight, I lose it in my face first. But resolution-wise, mine's actually not a fitness one. I feel like I have a good handle on my diet, and I'll talk about that stuff in a minute. But I've got a lot of life things happening. Tonight starts one of my new ventures with the City of Canyon City. I'm getting sworn into City Council tonight. So it's going to be a lot of time management, organization, which those are things. Being self-employed is kind of like being unemployed. We don't really have to be anywhere at any time, so we just kind of fly by the seat of our pants all the time. And now that I actually have specific schedules, I've got to maintain the organization of the work, the organization of the time. On top of all these other things, I also coach 2 competitive baseball teams. So
what's your secret, bro, without having a mental breakdown? Because like I would have had a couple.
I like to go to bed tired. I don't like to
force yourself to
yeah.
Shower crying. That's
that's a huge thing.
so I keep my together.
Put on a little John Legend and shower cry.
Every time.
This guy definitely
People
shower
say
cries.
you can't sleep for 3-4 hours a night and still function, and I'm like, if I have a coffee or an energy drink,
Yeah,
I can.
watch me. Yeah, good for you.
But so it's just going to be more about maintaining my time. But Amy said she lost 60 pounds.
Yeah.
So when did you start that process?
Oh gosh. I probably didn't do it like the most healthiest of ways,
Yeah,
but that divorce diet.
Divorce diet.
Yeah, it'll get you. But yeah, I've just been kind of slowly,
Sneak up right on
eating
ya.
more healthy, and
Heartbreak's the best diet, isn't
they
it?
are, yeah, for sure.
Amy has a new book out. It's called The Sad Girl Diet. Cry your way to fitness.
Yeah.
No, I
mean,
think that's really like the biggest way that people, especially females, get into fitness is going through a bad breakup or something drastic happens in their life, and
Definitely.
they either A, they turn to
there you go.
food as their comfort, or B, they go to the gym and get really fit. So obviously there's a healthier option of the two, but
Oh, yeah.
And it's kind of that double whammy. Like, I'm going to get fit because, it's a double revenge. you
Yeah.
know?
Yeah.
The breakup plus the fitness change, the body change.
You start to do it for them, but then eventually you do it for
start
yourself.
doing it for
Right, right.
yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
So I had a back surgery in 2016. I used to run a lot, used to work out a lot, and then now I can't because of the impact to my spine. So I have to get a lot done in the kitchen. So I started intermittent fasting, and when I started it, I started slow. I didn't start with some crazy fast, and then I worked my way to a crazy fast. But I've dropped about 48 pounds since March. Super healthy weight loss. Nothing, no fat or crash diets. Like I'll never be able to do keto because I'm Sicilian and I love my pasta and bread. So
right.
carb cycling. So I do like a heavy carb day, followed by a no carb day, and then kind of a medium carb day. Then we just cycle the carbs, and now my fast is I eat at 1:30, and then I'm done eating at 8:30. Done, and that's it. Other than that, I haven't actually added working out in yet. We're in the process of putting a gym in the back of the barbershop.
Oh, heck yeah.
Just because sometimes when you go to the gym, in our business, people want to talk about hair. Doesn't matter where we are, Walmart, City Market, and we love that. So we're not discouraging you guys to come up and talk to us about hair. We want to talk about it. We live and breathe this barbering thing. So feel free to come and interrupt us if we're out to eat. Feel free to come up to us in the store and talk to us. But what happens is you're at the gym for 2 hours and you've worked out for 20 minutes. So we're going to put a gym in the shop, and that way we can just work out right after work and go home. So my question for you is there any low impact type workouts that I could do that aren't going to kill my back?
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, I think that's probably one of people's biggest excuses is having some sort of injury to their body. But a lot of the people that I've worked with at Vasa should honestly have probably gone to physical therapy before they decided to do personal training. And I'm sure you've already done physical therapy yourself.
19 weeks.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah,
I just did 19 weeks for my knee. So that's the other problem. As soon as something's fixed, something else breaks. That's
right.
The joy of getting older.
Yep, that's the joy of having a body.
Yeah.
One thing leads to another. It's all just one big chain. But there's absolutely stuff you can do for your back. I mean, a lot of people that have back issues, the cause of that is because they have a weak core. So really just focusing on core work is going to be your biggest.
I've heard that your abs are kind of like your second back.
Yeah,
like
exactly.
If your stomach's in shape, then it kind of takes the strain off the spine.
And that's like the key for any proper lifting form too, is to have good core engagement. So if you don't have any core engagement, you're putting all of that pressure on the wrong part of your body. So if you're going to do a back squat, all that pressure is on your low spine, and you go down into that squat position, you're just destroying your back. So if you don't have proper core engagement, then you're basically just ruining your body.
And I think a lot of people's issues, I hear people say, oh, I'm at the gym this much, blah, 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 2 hours a day, and you never really see any improvement. And I wonder if it's just people are not working out correctly.
And it could be that. There's also, it's called overtraining. So people that go to the gym, I mean, I'm kind of guilty of this. I've been there before, and I've spent like 2.5 hours, 3 hours at the gym, and I was actually losing progress, and I was gaining fat, and I wasn't gaining muscle, and it's just because I was overtraining myself. So I wasn't allowing the proper rest days in between, and I wasn't eating the way that I should have been eating for how much I was working out. So that's a cause of it, but also, like you said, you will see people at the gym, and they just want to talk to you the whole time.
Right.
Which is, I mean, Canyon City, we've got a pretty small community here, so you go to the gym, you're going to see somebody that you know. I've luckily gotten to the point where, like, they know, okay, she's got her headphones in, just give her the head nod and let her be. But, I mean, yeah, you kind of have to just draw the line of, all right, I'm going to get back to my workout now. Or you can just say, hey, you want to, like, get a set in with me? Yeah, like, invite them to do it with you. But, yeah, a lot of, especially at Elite is where I go. You just have like a group of people just kind of sitting there chit-chatting, and it's hard to get your workout in. You just
and I think too, gains, sometimes your body will adjust to your actual workout, so you've got to keep changing things.
Absolutely, yeah. And I just started a new routine, and I've seen like massive results from it because I was doing the same thing consistently for like 6 months. So every 3 to 4 months, like if you're doing the same workout routine, switch it up. I mean, even just throwing like a new movement in there or switching your rep range, that's going to help your body kind of adjust to that change, and you'll see some great results from that.
Well, Jacob is our CrossFitter.
Ooh, CrossFit.
I mean, CrossFit's a great thing. I mean, it's not for everybody though, because you talked about CrossFit and everybody's gonna have an opinion about it. But,
right.
I mean, me personally, like, lost over 100 pounds doing CrossFit.
No, that's awesome.
That was, training hard 5-6 days a week and eating right. But if you don't take care of it in the kitchen, then you're kind of wasting your time out there.
Exactly.
That's where I'm at right now.
I wish that I could CrossFit. One,
I wish you could too.
I don't like to work out in a group.
No.
I'm there for me. I don't care if my group's getting gains or not. No.
Yeah.
Two, yeah, super selfish. Two, I don't want to do the high impact stuff, and I don't really like that whole bounce from one to one to one to one to one. I want to do
training.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's too much for me.
I love the teamwork, you know what I mean? Like motivating each other to do better, and you kind of gain like a little bit of a family once you start doing that. Then you see familiar faces, and you're always motivated to be in there and keep getting better. So it helps for me though. I mean, when the workout's ready, I throw my headphones in and I get it done. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
It's just, and the other thing for me about CrossFit is you have to go to a class at a certain time of the day,
and it's like absurd hours of the day.
And that goes
5
back to my
No, thank you.
No, thank you.
That goes back to my scheduling conflict. I just can't commit to a certain time of the day because I've got issues with city stuff on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. I got baseball on Fridays, and then I got baseball on Sundays. So I literally have, 2 days a week where I don't have to be somewhere. And
right.
CrossFit is hard.
I feel like I'm the only one here that doesn't have like this weight loss story to share.
Hey, I saw you at the gym one time, and I don't think you knew who I was either. I like waved at you, and you looked at me so confused. You were like,
No, I recognized you. I was like, that chick definitely looks like a Hannah. No, I either need to like get dumped or like get into a car accident or something, bro, to like jumpstart my fitness goal here.
We want to see transformation, Aaron V. Hill 2020.
Yep, 2020, all for you.
So on like 4 different occasions, Aaron's come in and been like, "Okay, I'm starting keto today. Okay, I'm starting paleo today." Like,
bread,
and then all of a sudden we're at Doritos eating steaks and bread.
Bro, we had steaks that night, bro.
Yeah.
I think I would have been more successful with keto had I not
Wait,
ordered
Nate,
that
pause
bread.
That was
And
expensive, bro.
it came
How long
moldy.
did you
Yeah,
do
it came
keto?
moldy.
Like 4 hours.
Yeah.
Hey,
Well-
effort, bro.
Okay.
We gotta take a quick break here for it's the news, right? We gotta take a quick break for the news. So we'll be back. The Barber Buzz, 1400 KRLN.
So you get about 25 seconds.
Oh, 25 seconds now. Well, we were just in a really good place there.
Well, we can
We
kind of
had
come
to
back
shut
and
it
talk
down.
the
about.
budget, yeah.
Yeah.
It's like,
Who wants to dump old Aaron? So looking for a heart to break?
Oh, yeah. Heartbreak.
All right, we'll be back. Barber's Buzz, 1400.
And we're back, 1400 KRL in the Barber Buzz.
Thank you, Jacob.
I was a little nervous there.
Don't be nervous.
Okay.
So we talked a little bit
Just
about working out and fitness, but let's talk about nutrition. So diet-wise, what do you suggest?
So I am actually very against dieting. I don't believe in it, I guess I should say, and I guess that's probably just my specific opinion, because what works for somebody is not going to work for somebody else. So whoever you're following on Instagram that's got this amazing body and they're following this certain diet, it's probably not going to work the same.
Shout
for
out
you.
your social media. I mean, it's you, isn't it?
Yeah, follow me on Insta.
Yeah, I've looked at your Instagram, and you don't have like the typical. How old are you?
24.
24-year-old girl Instagram. There's like no pictures of your meals.
No.
So what do you eat? Like
So
Good
I
question.
shouldn't say that I just eat whatever I want, because obviously I'm going to crave ice cream at 9 in the morning and I'm probably not going to eat it. But I kind of look at food as fuel. So I don't, I try to avoid super sugary foods. I mean, I'm not restrictive. I have been restrictive of myself before and it just backlashed. So then I ended up eating whatever I wanted and I gained all this weight back. So I wouldn't say that I'm following a certain type of diet. I did just recently start tracking my macros, which is something that I would not recommend to somebody that's just getting into fitness because it's a headache.
By tracking macros, what do you mean by that?
So I'm tracking how many grams of protein I should have a day, how many grams of carbs, and how many grams of fat. So for example, you said you tried keto. Keto is like 75% fat and 10% carbs.
So your
that means,
macros
like,
are going to be protein, carbs, and fats, right?
Yeah, and my highest right now, because my goal is to gain more muscle, my highest is going to be protein and carbs.
What do you base that off of? Like your body weight, height, stuff like that?
Yeah, so if you can, I mean, you can find calculations for it online, but if you go to myplate.gov, it's going to give you like the baseline of what calories you're burning a day. I don't know if you guys have heard of the InBody scan.
Yes.
Yes. Okay. So we had one up at Boston, and I would do that, and it kind of gave me my BMR, which is my basal metabolic rate, and that's how many calories I'm burning to just when I'm waking up in the morning. Like if I just laid in bed all day, is how many calories I was burning.
Oh, wow.
So I kind of base it off of that. So it's based off of your caloric expenditure, your height, your weight, your age, and then your gender as well. And then also just kind of your body type, like what you're going for. So if you're going for weight loss, you're probably not going to be super high in the protein carb category. But for me specifically, since I want to gain muscle, it's like 40% of what I eat a day should be protein. I think it's like 35 carb and then 20 to 25 is fat, which is super difficult for me to do because that means eating like 200 grams of protein a day, and I'm having a hard time even hitting like 60. So
what kind of proteins? Are you talking animal-based proteins, plant-based proteins?
it depends. I did go vegetarian for a while, and I wouldn't consider that necessarily a diet. It was more of like a lifestyle choice for me.
And you're not vegetarian now?
No, I
Yeah.
love chicken.
Yeah.
Well, actually, I shouldn't say I went vegetarian because I still ate chicken. So I guess if chickatarian is a thing, then I went chickatarian.
Had a new phrase.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well,
Good one.
so there's this huge argument about plant-based proteins versus animal-based proteins versus the supplemental proteins.
Right.
Do you have any philosophies on that?
Not necessarily. I've had plant-based protein before, and honestly, it's disgusting. It tastes just like dirt. Like, if you've had protein powder,
the
and
fruit
then
of the
you've
earth.
had... Yes, it really is truly plant-based protein. So if you've had, like, regular protein powder versus plant-based protein, you will be able to tell a difference.
It's a huge argument, and I know that some people are on very strict sides. You know, it's kind of like the left and the right. And I've done a lot of research on nutrition too, just because that's where I get my gains from, is just the kitchen.
Right.
And animal-based proteins, from what I've read, they absorb into the human body faster and more consistent. Plant-based proteins, they actually have to go through the animal first for us to absorb them, and that's just one person's opinion. But I kind of believe that.
Yeah, and I mean, there's different kinds of protein too, which it makes sense that people get so overwhelmed when they're trying to do nutrition, because it's like, okay, I know I'm supposed to eat more protein, but what kind of protein am I supposed to eat? So when it comes to protein powder, there's like two main different types, and there's whey protein, and then there's casein. And whey is going to be like fast absorbing, so you want to take that right after you work out. And then there's casein, which is like you take it before you go to bed, because it's going to make you feel more full. So whey is probably not going to fill you up as much, but it's going to be great if you're trying to build muscle mass and get lean. And then casein is just going to be more of like a meal replacement, slower digesting type of protein.
And you like went through like an actual like certification program with
Yes.
with VASA, right? So.
Yep. So I mean, I have my ACE certification, and I've had that for like 4 years now, because I was doing personal training in college, and then I have my bachelor's in exercise science. So we did a lot of nutrition classes during those 4 years, and then through VASA you go through. I don't remember what they called it, but it's basically like a 1-month program just to make sure you know what you're doing and
Right.
are able to take on clients confidently. So.
What's your training style like? Are you like militant, like screaming at them?
You know what?
Because I think I would need that. I would need someone just yelling in my face.
It
the whole
depends.
time.
It really depends, because I've worked with a variety of people. So I would have like an 86-year-old that just came out of hip surgery a month ago, and then I would have like a really young male that would do jiu-jitsu training on his free days. So it depends on the client. A lot of people you have to be very soft-spoken with, and then others it's like, okay, we're going to get down to business. Because the training sessions that we have at VASA were only 30 minutes, so it's like you walk in the door, we're going straight to it, because 30 minutes goes by really fast when you're working out. So depends. I would probably go military style on you.
All right, you
if
little
that's what
pig,
you
start
need.
When it comes to nutrition, are you familiar with intermittent fasting? Is it something that?
Yeah, I've actually tried intermittent fasting before, and I'm kind of technically doing that right now. Usually I'll go to the gym when I wake up, and then I'll eat at like 1 o'clock.
Okay.
But I do not necessarily have a cutoff time, because I stay up pretty late at night, and then 11:30 midnight hits and I'm hungry again.
That's my problem. That's where my weight comes on if I eat past my 8:30. So for listeners that aren't familiar with intermittent fasting, I'll do a quick little breakdown here. The science behind it is that your first meal of the day takes about 6 hours to digest, and what I've learned is breakfast is commercial. Breakfast is advertising. So I don't eat breakfast. I do eat breakfast, but I eat it at 1:30. So the whole process is when I eat my first meal, my body starts burning and starts digesting that food. It takes 6 hours. So by the time I eat my last meal, my body has not stopped. Metabolism has not stopped metabolizing that first meal. So even when I'm going to bed, I'm still burning. And that's kind of the Cliff Notes version. If you're interested in intermittent fasting, it worked for me. Do some research before you do it. When I first started, I started at 11 o'clock in the morning, and then I would cut myself off at like 7, and then I stretched it to noon, stretched it to 1, stretched it to 1:30. In this process, I've done 48-hour fasts. I've done 72-hour fasts where I don't eat. I'd like to work up to a 14-day fast. Super tough, but I mean, you do have water allotments, so it's a lot of water. And the good news is you're allowed up to 50 calories before your meal, so I can still have my morning coffee, and that kind of gets me through my morning. And then I'll have like a sugar-free energy drink or something somewhere in between there. If I start to feel hungry before 1:30, there's no calories. So.
Yeah, and I think that's actually something that's important to note too is like if you think you're hungry, you might actually just really be thirsty. So especially when you wake up in the morning, you're like, oh my god, I'm starving. If you drink a cup of water and just sit there for like 5-10 minutes, you'll probably realize that you're not actually as hungry as you think that you are. So
I don't know. When I get thirsty, I don't usually go straight for the Chips Ahoy and the milk. So I'm like, man, I was really thirsty.
Make like a milk and cookies paste and just
Milkshake.
There you
spoon
go.
it down.
It's like these hot Cheetos are really quenching the thirst.
I would hope you would not wake up and eat hot Cheetos that early in the morning.
You remember when we were talking about crying and digging through the trash?
Trying to find that last Cheeto in the trash.
I'm like, I knew I left one in there. But yeah, no, maybe I'll just have a glass of water. You know,
That's
for now.
good. That's good.
Well, my morning routine, because we, like, this sounds terrible to say out loud, but we touch people all day. We're barbers, and our hands are on people's heads and hair all day. So I take all my supplements, all my vitamins in the morning, and I chase it down with an emergency, get all my vitamin C, and that way it keeps us healthier. I think I'm the only one at the shop that hasn't got sick,
Yeah.
You're the only one.
and that's because I take my vitamin C.
Yeah,
Everyone
vitamin
take
C is
yourself, bro.
huge.
Yeah.
That emergency, and that's a good way to fill yourself up too. Like it's flavored, so it's gonna make you
It's
trick your body.
You know, my wife hates it. She thinks it tastes disgusting. But
Well, which flavor do you get?
I use the super orange, and
Okay,
I
that's
love
the
it.
best,
It's like
yeah.
it just tastes like orange juice. Like
Mhm.
you're
You
just
gotta use like a little, like I just do it as a shot.
Me
because
too.
If I put too
I
much
put, like-
water in it, it
Oh,
just
yeah,
tastes
it's
like orange.
gross.
I
It's
put
like
like
tea.
2 ounces of water.
Yeah, no doubt.
And,
It's all vitamins.
yeah.
Yeah.
How do you eat all those vitamins and not like throw up? And
I think I just have like a dog stomach.
Oh.
All right, we got to take a quick break. We'll be right back. The Barber Buzz, 1400 KRLN. It's Blue Monday here on 1400 KRLN, and this is the Barber's Buzz. We're back for our last segment. This is always the hardest one because I don't want to be done. You guys?
Having such a great time.
Hours
I have to go.
ago.
I have to go to the shop and cut hair too.
Yeah. I need
Let's
my
drag this out.
eyebrows waxed.
Yeah. Can't
Yeah.
be looking grinchy for
No,
tonight.
I got this Oscar the Grouch thing going on with my big old Audrey Hepburn
Got some
eyebrows.
caterpillars up
Yeah.
there.
Well, one time I tried to wax my neckline, like my line
Ooh.
out.
Your neckline.
Dude, that was the worst pain I've ever felt my
Oh,
whole
no.
life.
Have you ever waxed like your eyebrows or anything before?
I've
Or
done
you
my
just
eyebrows.
went
I
straight
have.
to
Amy
neckline?
does like my nostrils.
Yeah.
Like get
It
those little
doesn't
hairs.
hurt.
Uh-uh.
Are
Like-
you kidding me?
No,
Yeah,
it's
you
so
just
good.
have those bats in a cage.
Oh.
Well, like
my
my
gosh.
nose is pierced, and if my nose hair gets long, it feels like I
Yeah,
got like
okay.
bugs or mocos or
I've
something.
never
So
had that problem.
some of the bats in the cave. It's Spanish for
Yeah.
boogers. Yeah. in case you didn't know.
Black. Yeah.
So I'm really Italian, so my hair is really thick and coarse and wiry, and it goes all the way down my back. So
That fine Italian wool.
yeah, we waxed my back in barber school, and that was the worst pain I've ever endured. And then it was even worse because it lasted like 6.5 weeks, because everything like grew back ingrown.
Oh,
And,
no.
Like an alligator back.
Yeah.
Sandpaper.
Yeah, no, thank you.
Exfoliate.
Oh.
I did not exfoliate. They didn't tell
No
me to
moisturize.
exfoliate, so I didn't.
How do you exfoliate your
Yeah,
back?
you-
Like get like a
You get like a loofah. Or one
Yeah.
of those,
A loofah?
Like,
So
yeah.
you
One of
like
those-
a paint roller, just.
I'm already like such
40
a
grit on
Yeah.
it.
yeah. I'm already such a primper in the morning. Like if I added exfoliation to my roster, like I would be an hour late for work. Like
Your wife would start getting mad at you.
Yeah.
It took too long to get
yeah,
ready.
I have to make sure that I moisturize.
I've got to exfoliate my back.
You gonna walk out with your back on exfoliated like that? I don't think so.
I definitely primp more than most women, but I think that that you got to stay young.
We're in the business, bro.
I'm just getting older. I got a birthday coming up in
How old are you gonna be? 37?
37. I'm knocking on 40
Oh, man.
You're
real
on the wrong
fast.
side of 30,
Oh,
girl.
no.
Yeah.
What are your plans now if you're almost going to be 40? You know,
Not die.
Yeah, not die. There you go.
Extra vitamin C.
Double up on your vitamins, bud.
Vitamin C moisturizer.
There you go.
It's actually a real thing. I don't know if
birthday
you've...
wish.
I've done a lot of reading on vitamin C moisturizer, and
That's a
it's
thing?
supposed to take like 10 years off your wrinkles. I
I
have
feel like that's all bullcrap though. Like,
Yeah.
how are you gonna,
I have this what they call the 11s, because when I cut hair, I look mad,
Yeah.
and my
Doesn't everybody have that though? They
Yeah.
like scrunch their. Oh, yours are not so 11y though.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like
Concerned.
66.
Is that a thing?
It's just because my head's huge. I've gained like 15 pounds. I look Mr. Mackey. First thing that gets big on me is my freaking head.
Is that like what I get to look forward to? Like I'm turning 30 next month, and I'm
Oh,
really
30.
sad. Yeah.
You need to stock up on stool softeners, antacids. Yeah.
Hang on here.
Blowing the lid off everyone's secret here.
Yeah.
Well, so what's your favorite brand of stool softener?
The cheapest one because they're so expensive.
I treat myself better, bro. I go for name brand.
When my mom was still alive, all my cousins and we were all in this room, my friends from high school. It was like a Christmas or a holiday, and we were sitting around the table talking about what antacids we take now. And she was like, "You guys used to sit in this room and talk about girls, and now you're talking about your heartburn."
Times have changed.
You have no idea. None. Zero.
I mean, getting old sucks.
Yeah, it does. So
That's why
we
we
talked.
that's why you stay in shape, though.
We've talked business. We've talked nutrition. We've talked working out. Let's do something fun. Let's do some brain quests. Should we do some brain quests? Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, let's bust those out.
Like, no.
I'm so ready.
Give me a
for
brain
this,
quest.
like-
Yeah.
Where is it?
I
Did you
love
bring
it.
it?
Down there.
Grab him, Amy. Just stand there and point.
No, every time we do brain quests and I get a simple answer wrong, I got like 4 or 5 customers sitting in my chair telling me how dumb I am.
No pressure.
Oh yeah. No
Hey,
pressure
dummy.
at all, yeah.
So this is the 5th grade version.
I've been doing a little research.
I thought we said
Thank you for
different
announcing
grade.
that.
Yeah.
I've been learning
my,
some
my
books.
4-year-old's teaching me a little bit. That's about it. So
My
Maybe
kid-
we should ask Jake the same question we did last week and see if he
Let's
learns
not.
My
something.
kid's in 4th grade, and once he hits 5th grade, like, no more math help for me, because
Yeah,
out the door.
exactly.
I'm struggling already.
Especially with math today.
Yeah, they screwed
Um,
math up.
They screwed me.
Let's
What
do.
Bill Engvall said or something. Then when did they start putting numbers? When did they start putting letters with the numbers?
Oh,
Yeah,
thank you. Now
exactly.
there's like imaginary numbers and yeah.
Oh, I got the. Oh no, that's never mind. It's 4th edition, not 4th grade.
Do it the old school.
Let's find like a semi-easy one here.
Right, we know who's question.
Oh, I got an easy one for Amy.
Here we
Okay.
go.
Find the least common denominator of 3/4 and 5/6. Is it 8, 12, or 24?
Say what?
I didn't even get that one.
What was that?
I don't know where the answer is on this,
I
so
don't know what it is.
I was kidding.
Will you repeat
Say-
the
say that
question,
again.
please?
That was a joke one.
Oh.
Yeah, that wasn't a real one. Go
Okay,
ahead
good.
with the real one.
I don't even.
Oh wait, it was 12. It was 12.
Oh,
It
okay,
was 12.
thanks.
That wasn't a joke.
It was.
These are weird. These are weird today.
Just pick one.
Name the Civil War nurse who went on to start the American Red Cross.
Are you serious?
Susan B. Anthony.
No.
Oh.
Clara Barton.
Would have never guessed that.
Never heard that name in my life.
Thank God. Thank God. Here we go. Next.
Let's do a history one.
All right.
Oh, no.
I'm gonna
Columbus
make my
and his
pops proud.
men were first Europeans in North America. True or false?
True.
That was false. The Vikings.
You had 2.
See what I mean? I go blank, okay? Like, you ask me a question, my mind goes blank, all right?
Hold on, I got.
I need
All right.
5 minutes to
Okay,
comprehend.
here's a really good one. Does the word spelled heroes, Heros, refer to brave people or big sandwiches?
It's Euros.
Heroes.
Heroes, yeah.
But
heroes.
it's spelled Heros.
OS.
So
Yeah.
is that here? Is it a
That's
sandwich
hero,
or is that
yeah.
brave people?
No, that's like the hero, right? Like the people.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you're right.
Thank God. I know my sandwiches, bro. You give me a food question, I'm gonna knock it down.
Oh, actually, no, never mind. I lied. It's big sandwiches. The word for brave people is spelled Heroes.
Yes.
Wow, I'm so confused.
Another one for the win.
This
I
this
guess.
one's for everybody. So if anybody can answer this one, in what part of the flower are the egg cells formed?
Flowers have egg cells.
I didn't know that.
Well, they have to reproduce, right?
They do. They do.
So-
Isn't that in the pollen?
Close.
The bee's knees.
The pistil where the eggs form in the
The eggs form in the bee's knees.
Why can't these be multiple choice? Give me some answers to eliminate.
So a 5th grader is supposed to know that?
Yes.
I feel
These
real
are some
dumb right now.
freaking smart fifth
Going to
graders.
the wrong school.
Which is farthest west? Colorado, Nevada, or Utah?
Nevada. Did you really
Yeah.
just do
Shut
that?
up! No, I didn't. Like
Nevada,
I
is that
did
is that
too.
final answer?
Yeah, it does.
It's right. It is Nevada.
It is Nevada.
Amy's cheating. She takes these homes and studies them.
I should do that.
You should do that.
Here's a English one.
Okay, here we go.
What is not a plural of fungus? Fungi, fungo, or funguses?
Funguses.
This is
Fungo.
Fungo is right.
funguses.
Hannah for the win.
Not words.
All right, we got a little bit of time left. Let's talk.
That wasn't fun this time.
No, not as fun.
I
These
feel
are some
real
weak
stupid.
questions.
These
These
were
look at
weak.
those before you come in. And
Yeah.
yeah.
We need to
pick some
select
questions
some
first.
Yeah.
And then come in with them. I don't know. Aaron hit it on the mark with a couple last time.
Yeah, he did. So let's talk. We had a lot of downtime with the holidays. Any shows you guys are watching now? Hannah, watching any?
I saw Jumanji last night. I'm not really a Netflixer, to be honest.
How was Jumanji?
It was okay.
The second one, it was
Yeah.
good. It was good. I
Did
liked
you like it?
But
I
you didn't
thought
see
it-
the first
I didn't see the
one,
first
though,
one.
So you like.
See, and I've seen the first one, but I think I should have watched it before I went and saw that because I was a little bit confused as to what character was what.
I feel like if
so-
you've seen one Kevin Hart movie, you've probably seen
Yeah, pretty much everything. Yeah.
I love
He is
Kevin
good,
Hart. I like that dude is super inspirational and like a really like intelligent dude, but his movies are all pretty one note in my opinion.
He has a new documentary on Netflix.
Yeah, it's so good.
Have
Been
you
watching
watched
It's
it?
so good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Makes me feel
Watch that.
lazy.
Um,
I gotta watch that.
I watched
Makes
that
you
one.
feel lazy.
Yeah, that dude is such a hustler.
He is, dude.
But he gets around the rock, man, and it's just like, well, we've seen this before.
He actually talked about being in his documentary. He talked about being a mogul, not just a brand, not
Yeah,
just a
for sure.
comedian, but an actual mogul. And I think he's on his way. I also watched what did I watch? I watched The Witcher, which I know you watched.
That's slow
right?
going for me. I watched Dracula.
Ooh, I watched the first episode.
It was the first episode was so good, and then it took a hard left turn into like really. It's just weird. It's a good show. It's like I think it's like 8 episodes, but like it makes you just not like Dracula anymore. You know, Twilight really had a big hand in why I think vampires suck, but like now Dracula, like really, that's the last nail in the coffin. You know?
Yeah. Well, The Witcher for me, it was really slow too. Like the first 4 episodes took me a while to get into.
Yeah, that's it.
But at the end, I was like, "Oh my gosh, I want more!" I almost got like Game of Thronesy addicted to The Witcher towards the end, just because I didn't realize, and I won't give any spoilers, but if you watch it, just be aware that they kind of time flop a lot, and it's not super prevalent in the first couple episodes, but as you get further in, you're like, I thought all these people were dead and now they're alive, and it's because they're going back in time and then back to present day.
I don't know if I could do another Game of Thrones type thing, because like what broke my Game of Thrones addiction was Game of Thrones.
Right.
That last season was terrible.
So bad.
Such a disappointment.
And then my wife and I have been watching another one called Spinning Out, which is like a figure skating show, and that sounds really crazy.
So
But
like
it's
Tonya
like-
Harding.
It's not like your Disney on Ice type figure skaters. I didn't realize how tough these figure skaters were, men and women. And then we were talking about it at the shop, and this guy said that he was like a personal trainer for Disney on Ice, and this like 17-year-old girl like just completely roasted her knee during a performance, and she looked at him and she goes, "Tape it," and she went right back out on the ice. And it's a kind of a dark world. They're like on all kinds of painkillers and performance enhancement drugs, and it's crazy. I didn't know figure skating had that much darkness to it on the flip side. All right, so that's our time today. I want to thank Hannah Hoffman for coming in and
Thank you guys.
giving us her
Thank you.
time. And we'll see you guys next on the Barber Buzz.